I even felt like let's give up. IIT is not our cup of tea. You become an IITian straight from the point when you determine yourself to get into an IIT. The IITian tag do justice to our 2 years of hard work. Organized life. I mean literally organized life. We have a schedule, a timetable, like we have to get up early at 6 a.m., then revise these formulas, read NCRTs of chemistry.
So hey everyone, welcome to the show Experience. I am Harshit Chachria and today we have the conversation with Himang Gohara. He is rank holder of the jackpot number 555 and today we will discuss a lot of things about the JEE Advanced and its journey.
Thank you, Harshit, for my introduction and inviting me for the conversation.
So my first question from Himang is that how he get the fascination of IIT, like how he started preparing for IIT JEE.
So I didn't knew about the word IIT, which today's generation is very familiar about. Oh, not today's generation. We also belong to the same generation. But yeah, the kids who are in 11th, 12th, 9th and 10th right now. So I came to know about IIT when my elder cousin brother, he gave the JEE Advanced rank. He was 2 years older than me, so he gave JEE first. And he got a pretty decent rank and he got to the renowned IIT Roorkee and he is pursuing his BTech in computer science there.
Wow.
So it was the first moment where I came to know about IIT. But nowadays children are knowing about IIT from a very early period, like when they are in 6th and 7th and they tell their parents, पापा मम्मी मुझे कोचिंग ज्वाइन करा दो, मेरे को तो IIT जाना है, नहीं मेरे को कोटा ही जाना है. But I was not like that.
So my next question is like when you started preparing for IIT.
So at first I was like every other children, I started giving the very popular IMOs and NSOs from class 3rd onward. So yeah, I was into the competition from a very early age. But yeah, I started preparing for a national level competition from 9th class. In 9th class, I joined the local coaching in my hometown and there I prepared for IJSO and then in 10th class for boards preparation and NTSC, and then like any other JEE aspirant, I started coaching from another institute, integrated.
So have you done the IIT JEE foundation in 9th or 10th class?
No. I only started my preparation in 9th to learn about the science field. How many different things and different opportunities are there in the field. Like from 6th and 7th class, we aspire that हम कितनी जल्दी बड़े होंगे, फिर 9th में साइंस के पार्ट्स होंगे. At least I did. In 9th class, when the 3 parts were separate, we were taught separately physics, chemistry and biology, and then maths. I grew interest in all the 3 subjects. Okay. So yeah, it was a turning point in my life.
In the 9th class?
Yeah.
9th class was the turning point. Like you got the fascination of subjects rather than the IIT JEE phase or something.
Yeah. I was mainly focused on the knowledge. And I was in 10th class, even for a month, I thought that I should not go to IIT. I thought I should do something in research.
So that's the big difference you can see between a topper and the ordinary child, that he is fascinated by the subjects rather than the college, or we can say the AIR fascination. So today we see the online courses are going on. Children are taking the whole 2-year online course and they are getting too distracted. So what were your distraction during this 2-year preparation?
So as such, हमारे टाइम में 10th class के boards हुए and the pandemic hit
Yeah.
the whole world. So my whole 11th was online, and my 12th was also partially online. So yeah, online education is good, but only till you don't search ways for your entertainment. Like I remember in 11th class, I used to open the laptop. The lecture was going on, and I was just busy doing the scrolling Instagram and watching YouTube videos.
At
And
the same time.
yeah, and sometimes I even went outside for playing, keeping the laptop open. So sir is speaking, the class is going, but yeah, nothing was strict in those classes.
Okay, so you were having the live lectures.
Yeah, live lectures, not
Okay.
recorded ones.
Okay, so
And I think so recorded ones also have their advantage, but yeah, live lectures are very different from recorded. In live lectures you get a facility of live doubt solving. It is the conventional method. So when you are in a class and you feel that this is not getting into my head, you write right away, stand up and ask your teacher,
Yeah.
sir ये मेरे को समझ में नहीं आया, वापस बोलो एक बार.
So that is the benefit of live lectures. But today, the courses that are sold to you are just recorded lectures and are not that beneficial as live lectures. So you told about that you keep the laptop open and went to play. So how you overcome those distractions during your journey?
Actually, if I talk of my journey, I didn't overcome distractions for the whole 11th. Because I told you earlier that my whole 11th was online.
Yeah.
Because of the COVID. But yeah, at the end of 11th, I remember on 10th of January, a PTM was held in my local coaching. So that was the turning point. So I got scolded continuously for 3 hours, and I even felt like let's give up. It is not our cup of tea. So I was telling, I came home after the scolding session, not a PTM, scolding session, and I was like very depressed कि अब क्यों ही कर रहा हूँ मैं. एक साल तो बर्बाद हो गया. एंड अब 12th भी स्टार्ट हो गई है, तो अब 12th में 11th करूँगा तो 12th कब करूँगा. एंड यू नो 12th में बोर्ड्स, प्रैक्टिकल्स, एवरीथिंग कम इनटू रोल.
So how did you overcome the feeling of giving up?
I told you na, the 3-hour scolding session was the turning point of my life.
Okay, that's
The
what
journey, yeah, the journey. At that spot, after 2-3 days, I did nothing after the scolding session.
Yeah.
And then I realized that what am I doing? Like from in class 9th and 10th, I was so serious about my whatever I was doing. So why not now?
Okay.
So that's when I realized that I should not give up. I will get into an IIT and with a computer science branch.
Okay, and that's what you did it.
Yeah.
So that turning point led you come into this IIT Guwahati, the beautiful campus.
Yeah, the campus is very beautiful.
Yeah.
Very scenic.
One common question I want to ask, that is, how much contribution did your faculty have in your journey, and how much contribution your self-study has?
So yeah, self-study contributes to a major part of my journey. But I seriously want to tell you that proper guidance or mentorship is very necessary. Like a mentor is like you are alone in the ocean on a boat and you don't know where to go. You know that. Seriously want to tell you that proper guidance or mentorship is very necessary. Like a mentor is like you are alone in the ocean on a boat and you don't know where to go. You know that there is land all around. If you will go in whichever direction, you will get to land. But a mentor or a teacher, he gives you a very efficient path to reach to the bank.
So the mentorship is very necessary.
Yeah, I in my journey, it's the main component of my success.
So during this preparation, many of us think like we will do the startup, we will do the freelancing, and a lot of such creative things. We will start earning online. So had such thoughts come to your mind during this journey?
Come to my mind, they literally came every day. Every day I used to just ponder about what if I don't get into an IIT, and what if I get into an IIT. If I get into an IIT, then I would be making friends from this, here and that, and then I would be doing internships, freelancing, and I would get a high package, go to abroad and do whatever like that. These thoughts come to our mind. But the main point is that you can think of these things, but don't get overwhelmed.
Yeah. So for these 2 years, we have to stop if this thought come to our mind that we have to do right now during this journey, along with this journey. So that's not going to work, right?
Yeah, because these things, इन चीज़ों के लिए आपके पास कॉलेज में 4 साल है, 4 नहीं तो 3 साल तो है ही है.
Yeah.
So why are you wasting your 2 years of dedicated hard work for these things, which you will be facing after the exam?
Okay, so there will be sufficient time in the college for doing such things.
Yeah. Actually, I would like to add one thing, that when we are in the JEE phase, preparing for the JEE exam, we have an organized life. I mean literally organized life. We have a schedule, a timetable, like we have to get up early at 6 a.m, then revise these formulas, read NCRTs of chemistry, and then the whole day's schedule is packed. But as I talk of IITs, you can ask him also, and I am telling that here in IIT we don't have any schedule. We just wake up, attend the classes, have our labs, and then come to our hostel, and then just do whatever, and just time passes. We don't have a schedule, and I am kind of missing my organized life because everything here is unorganized.
Yeah, it's true. So you have spent almost a month in this JEE Guwahati campus. So what was your experience? How is the campus life of IIT Guwahati?
So all of you have watched the reels of all the different IIT campuses and NIT campuses of India. So you are well aware of the natural beauty of IIT Guwahati. I spent a month at IIT Guwahati. So it's a very beautiful campus. It's a place literally like 23 kilometers from the main city. You have a place of calmness, solitude. But friends की बकचोदी रंगीन बना देती है.
So we have like both the beauty of friends as well as beauty of the campus.
Yeah.
So we totally get like full enjoyment at this IIT campus, and especially in the first year.
Yeah, in the first year we come to know about the different facilities and different infrastructure which is built or to cater us. In schools we had a library which was literally a room, and here we have a library which is like an apartment.
Yeah.
Literally the library is bigger than our lecture halls, or I could say the auditorium.
So whatever you want to read, how much books you want to read, you can read. Just come to this beautiful place.
And if I talk of sports, you can keep a pause on sports right now, prepare for JEE and come to a good IIT. And then here at IIT Guwahati, I saw we have immense infrastructure for all the sports, be it hockey, football, badminton, and we have indoor courts for badminton, swimming pool, cricket grounds, and literally cricket grounds which are very vast.
Yeah.
So sports facility is very good. The thing you have to do is prepare, keep calm for 2 years, and then you can enjoy 4 years here taking part in any sport activity, any sport or any cultural activity you like.
So during the journey, you not only told that you can pause on the sports for the 2 years, but like during the journey also we have to keep our physical fitness right. So Like what have you done during this journey to keep your physical body fit?
So if you could see from that angle, I'm not at all fit, and that's because of the 2 years of JEE life. And I would give some credit to lockdown too.
Yes.
But if I say of workouts, I literally didn't have time for workouts. I only had walks in the morning and the evening, putting headphones on, and I rarely played games. Not virtual games,
Yeah.
physical games. Virtual games were a whole year, and every time we were playing. But physical games, like in 12th class, I remember when we used to go to school. Uh, there we there I played. I remember I played basketball and volleyball, but I don't remember playing it that seriously.
But you had the walk during this journey, right?
Yeah.
So now you came to IIT G campus and you become an IITian. So how is the feeling of being an IITian?
You become an IITian straight from the point when you determine yourself to get into an IIT. And getting into an IIT, I feel like the IITian tag do justice to our 2 years of hard work.
Yeah. So that was the powerful point he made. So there is a saying in the market that the IITians has the high IQ. So for this under 1000 rank, you have to have the higher IQ for this rank. So do you believe such things that it is necessary to have a higher IQ to get such a rank, or you feel that you have that higher IQ?
I would not boast of myself, but I think so that IQ is somewhat needed
Yeah.
to get a rank around 500, because hard work definitely has a major portion in determining your rank, but the knowledge and your wittiness also has a very good portion. So if I talk about percentages, 40 to 60 ratio means 40% you should be witty and 60% is hard work.
Yeah, so that holds true, like the IQ matters, but not the 100%. So now I will ask some of the common question that you see every day in the reels if you are scrolling daily. So my first question is how much hours you used to study during the preparation daily?
Well, it depends on your mood. If I say honestly, there were days when I literally had no study, and there were days literally where I studied for 14 hours straight. So there is no restriction on timing. It depends on the person. It varies from person to person. So there were some home assignments which I used to only do in 1 hour or 2 hours, and there were students who took 3 hours or 4 hours for the same job.
Yeah.
So it totally depends on your ability or your capability, how much time you study a day.
So there is no such fixed time like how this much hours you have to study.
Yeah, and study doesn't mean that you finish your assignment, home assignment. That comes out of study. Study means you literally open the book, read the notes or read NCRTs, make your self notes.
Okay.
That is the most important thing.
So the self notes, that point is important, right?
Yeah.
You have to prepare the self notes.
Though the teacher gets bored to write the same thing for 12 years or 14 years, depending on their experience, but it is us who have to understand. So I used to do like this, then that whenever the teacher was writing or making us write the notes, I wrote it in a copy, and then I came home, read the notes, and then I used to make my own notes in another copy.
Wow.
On whatever I used to remember from the notes I studied.
Okay. So that's what bring you at this rank, like preparing self notes first, watching the lectures of tutors, and then preparing the self notes, and then practicing the questions as well.
Yeah. To practice questions is a mandatory thing if you're preparing for JEE.
Okay.
Theory only comprises of 20%, and the 80% part comes of problem solving ability, which only develops if you regularly practice. I I don't mean to say that practice only means doing a question in the copy, repeatedly doing the same question, same type of questions, but to explore the different questions that can be made out of 2 lines of a theory or a single page of a theory.
So you do not need to stop, you have to do everything and you have to put your whole effort during this journey.
Yeah, if you have time, then you should definitely try it out.
Yeah. So another common question I want to ask, which books to solve?
For JEE preparation.
Yeah.
So if I talk of my case, I literally didn't solve any book to the fullest. I only used to solve those chapters or those questions which were recommended by our teachers. If I say of a practice book, it only depends on you that how much practice do you need. I felt like I only need to do quality questions. I get a very good practice from my coaching material, so I felt a very less need for extra books. But like सब कर रहे तो हमको भी तो कुछ करना पड़ेगा ना. So in that flow, I also did some books like physics, Irodov I did. In maths, I did the Black Book. In chemistry, the Balaji publication series. And many others.
So it is not mandatory to solve all those books, those are prevalent in the market.
Yeah, right. It wholly depends on you.
Right. Okay, so you told that during preparation you used to think that I will do this thing and this thing in the campus. So what are your plans doing things inside the campus?
So that's a very good question. We daydream a lot about the things which we will do when we get into an IIT. But if I talk in reality, I am doing nothing at all. Before coming to IIT, I thought that I would literally play all the sports, take part in musical activity, dance activity, do cycling and everything. But that's not possible for a single person to do all the things. So yeah, I am doing things which I sort of like I play badminton, I play volleyball, and do cycling. Yeah, that's it. Because right now we are not allowed to join the clubs for music and dance.
So one more common question I want to ask, that what was your schedule during the journey?
My schedule is a very ordinary one. I am a morning student. I usually wake up at 5 or 5:30 a.m. in the morning and then did some exercise or went for a walk and then came and mine was a morning school. So after coming from walk, I had a bath and then I go for the school. My coaching and school was the same. Mine was an integrated program. So the school continued from 8 to 1. After 1, I came to home, had my lunch and half an hour rest, and then I started my study routine. My study routine was not fixed, by the way, but I used to do my homework early, like at 3 o'clock or sometime. I used to sit for homework. Did my homework till 6. Like if the homework was in all the 3 subjects, I was able to manage by 6. And then I used to read the notes which were taught today in the class. And I had a rule, the 1 hour rule. I read a subject or did questions for a subject only for 1 hour, and whether it to be interesting or not interesting, I would leave it after 1 hour and then started a new subject. So it gave me practice for shifting between subjects, which is very important in the JEE Advanced exam. Like if a particular section in the exam comes difficult, then you don't have to take it on your ego. Just say to the question, you are very difficult and you will take very much time. I will do it I will again visit you and do the easy questions in the paper.
Okay, so you should know how to switch between the subjects.
Yeah, that's very important. If you develop a habit from the starting, then it won't be very difficult to in the last time.
Yeah. So you now only told that you first practice from 3 to 6 for the 3 hours. So in those 3 hours, you generally used to done all your homework, okay, of all the 3 subjects.
Yeah.
So after practicing, you used to do the notes revision.
Yeah.
So first you do the practice and then you do the notes revision.
Yeah.
Okay. So we generally what children do is that they first revise their notes, then they go to solve the questions.
Because I have a good memory, matlab, everybody should have.
Yeah.
Because if you are taught something today in the class and you have understood it in the class, then why don't you practice and then check if you are not able to solve the question, then go through the notes, no?
Yeah.
What is the point of reading the notes again if you have memorized the notes? So I did notes revision for 3 hours from 6 to 9, and at 9 I would have dinner with my family, and then I would not study at all. I would have dinner and then watch TV with my family till 10:30, and then I went to bed. And you know, half an hour mobile phone session is necessary before going to sleep. So I would sleep around 11. So that was my schedule.
Okay. So from 11 to 5 o'clock you used to have like almost 6 hours sleep.
Yeah, approximately 6 to 7 hours of sleep is adequate and is very necessary. Like you don't have to do like this, that you sleep in the afternoon and then you wake very late in the night, like 2 or 3. Many students do.
Yeah.
But then they are not very cheerful or energetic in the class if they have a morning class.
Yeah. So you from your schedule we can see like you have a very balanced schedule. So now you described your journey completely, and it's the time to know your future plans. So what are your future plans?
I have not thought anything about the future, but yeah, like any other freshie, I'm now exploring what are the new things which I could pursue in college. By the way, college academics sucks. Literally, we have classes in which we go to sleep. We don't understand anything, and even if we understand, we are very less interested in those things. As of now, I had taken classes. We have taken classes for 1 month. So you could also tell them about your experience in the classes.
Okay. So the classes are like very boring at all. Very boring at all. Some subjects interest you like the electric circuits and all for our first year student. But really maths sucks everyone, and the classes are not at all interesting like the JEE.
Yeah, in JEE we have very interesting classes. Like it's very new and competitive for everybody.
Yeah.
But in college, nobody cares about competition
Yeah.
because we are not at a stage of competition. We have just arrived in the college. So our duty is only to explore the campus, do the things which we were deprived of in our JEE journey. And my future plans. What are my future plans? I would start coding now because I am a CSE student. I would start coding because it is recommended. No, you should know a language before first year ends because computer science courses start from second year onwards. So yeah, these are my future goals. I would definitely learn a programming language in this year before the semester ends, and for later on many things, internships and all, and the main thing, the high package which we all come for.
Okay. So surely I hope also that you will need the good handsome package in the Google.
Not handsome.
So now our conversation ends, and I will literally thanks a lot for coming to this show and give a lot of helpful suggestions to our audience, mainly the students who are now preparing for the IIT JEE. So the last advice and the last motivation line that you want to give to our students.
So the advice I would like to give to you is that work hard for now, leave all the things aside, sports or mobile phone. You can use them for a small part of the of your day, but don't let them overwhelm your study part. So yeah, thank you Harshit for inviting me.